Hi everybody. How are you all doing? I hope everybody's well. I was watching a channel called The Life of Nina the other day, and she had been challenged to do a 3 things you didn't know about me challenge. And at the end of her challenge, she has to challenge 3 other channels, and so mine was one of them. So I have to do a video on 3 things that you didn't know about me. So I guess I'll just get right into it. I am an amateur artist of sorts, and I say amateur because I don't really consider myself an artist, but I do love art, and I have been fortunate enough to where a few people have bought some of my artwork. So I guess technically that kind of makes you an artist, but I'm not really. But I'll show you some examples. I do oil paintings, and I especially love sand painting. I've gotten into sand painting, and that is now my very favorite thing to do. Excuse me, I'm getting a frog in my throat. My daughter's family all had a type of flu, so I may be getting it. So hope not, but if you do, you do, you know. I like to paint. I like to paint on rocks and seashells and walls and you name it. I like to paint. I also volunteered as an art teacher at the middle school locally here. My daughter was a teacher there, and she had a 5th grade class. And so I would go in every week and teach an art class, and I absolutely loved it. And the kids were so much fun, and they were so responsive, and it was just terrific. So, and the art programs were eliminated from the school district here. And yet the teachers still had to have an art grade, if you want to figure that one out. So what they would do is have someone come in and teach art, or they would try to do it themselves. So since I like doing it so much, I volunteered for a few years in my daughter's art class. And I will show you some pictures of what I have done and a little bit of my sand painting. Here's some examples of some of my paintings. This is a sand painting, all done with sand. This is an oil painting of my older son and his little daughter at the beach. Excuse me. This is my other granddaughter, my youngest son's granddaughter, when she was 2. And that's her little dog. That's an oil painting. This is an oil painting of an old car that I just fell in love with at Bodie, California, when we went up to the ghost town. And this one is an oil painting of an old church at Bodie Ghost Town. I really like Native American art, so here's a sand painting of, or sand paintings, I should say, of a couple of my Native American sand paintings that I did myself. And these are going to go into an art show in December. And here are some of the rocks that I've painted. I especially like doing the Aboriginal dot art. I think that looks so cool. That's fun. And these are sand dollars. They're actual, real sand dollars. I picked those up at Pismo Beach, and I paint on them. And no, I did not kill any real live sand dollars. I threw them back. And this is a Christmas tree ornament that I painted on. And here's a couple of others, and there's a shell right here that I just thought was pretty, so I made a necklace out of it. And I've had some people ask if that's a marijuana leaf, and no, it is not a marijuana leaf. Those are actually the natural design on the sand dollars. And I got these sand dollars at Pismo Beach, California. Okay, the second thing that you may not know about me is that I am retired from driving. I used to drive a 45-foot bus that carried miners up to the various gold mines out here in the desert. And sometimes I'd have 40 to 50 people on the bus, and they're mostly all male. And I was kind of apprehensive at first because I thought, you know, miners can be a little on the rough side. So I thought, well, I'm not sure if I can handle this. But they all turned out to be sweethearts. I didn't have a problem with anybody. And I think part of that might be is because I know some of the other bus drivers got ridiculed and, you know, they were complaining, the guys were, and, you know. So what I would do is bake them cookies and take candy, and I would hand it out to them as they got on the bus. And, of course, you know, being guys, they were like, oh, food, you know. So that worked out really well. And my thinking on that was if they have their mouths full, they're not going to be complaining. So, but it was just the greatest. That's the best job I've ever had that I enjoyed so much. And I was kind of actually sad to leave it, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. And at Christmas time, it was pretty cool because I would always come home with a whole armload full of Christmas gifts. You know, they'd give me bottles of wine or a gift basket or, you know, just whatever. And so that was just so fun. And I just enjoyed that job so much. But my route ran out. They canceled the mine that I was driving to. And I was getting toward retirement age anyway. So I thought now would be a good time to stop. And I have a little bit of night blindness. So driving at night up there in the mountains or out in the desert where there's no light was getting to be a little bit of a problem. So it all worked out fine. And it was time to stop. But I really seriously enjoyed that job more than any I've ever had. And so that was my second one. And this is actually a poster that the mining crews that I took up to this one mine, that's Highcroft Mine, right there. That's where they worked, at a gold mine. And they made this really nice poster for me on my last day of work. That was so sweet. I'm going to keep this forever. I just love it. And here is the type of bus I used to drive. And see, all the guys signed it. And that's a real treasure to me because it meant a lot that they went to this much trouble. See, right there. It's a Highcroft mine. And the third thing that you may not know about me is that I was born and raised in Ohio. I was born in Akron, Ohio, and spent a lot of my youth up to age 14 in Stowe, Ohio. And then my parents, for reasons that I still don't quite understand, decided to uproot us and move us out here to the west. So I would love to get back to Ohio one day and kind of see my old stomping grounds, see how it's changed. And I'd love to visit Life with Nina and a few other people, YouTubers that are there, and maybe do some exploring with some of them too. You never know. So hopefully one day I can get back to Ohio to visit. Okay, now for my 3 channel shout outs and challenges. I really had a hard time deciding who to pick because I watch so many great channels, and so it was really difficult to pick 3, but I did settle on these 3, and the first one is Ian Y. Gath. He's in Canada. He does a cooking show on Tuesdays, and he does shout outs and what he calls groaners. They're jokes that he tells along with his shout outs. They are groaners, but they're really funny, actually. And so I encourage you to check out his channel. And Ian, this challenge goes out to you, and we want to know 3 things about you that you think we didn't know. And my second one is Good News Travelers. They're located in southern Nevada. They do different things on their channel. It's a variety of things. They've gone camping, and they have the cutest little dogs. She recently put up a video about a fish. It's a betta fish that she recently acquired in some of their aquariums. So I think you'd find their channel very enjoyable too. And sorry about my speech. I'm getting a really hoarse throat. But I encourage you to check out Good News Travelers as well. And you are challenged to do the 3 things about you that you think we didn't know. My third person is Colorado Martini. Their channel is just excellent. They also do a variety of things. They're very funny. They're very informative because they do give you information about a variety of things. And they go to places, and they're just really funny. And their videos are excellent, very well done, and I think you would enjoy watching their channel as well. So Ian Y. Gath, Good News Travelers, and Colorado Martini. Please check them out. I'll put their names again in the description below here in case you forget. And I hope that you learned something about me. I'm not all that exciting, but it was fun doing the challenge, and I appreciate that, Nina, for thinking of me to do it. So you guys have a great day, and I'll look forward to seeing what my 3 channels that I picked, what their 3 things are. So you guys have a great day, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. And if you want, leave a comment below, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.